Hello there, I'm Kate Miles from the Mind Body Reset, and I'm here today to talk to you about Osteodouce. Now, Osteodouce was discovered in the year 2000 by the French osteopath Jackie Roux. It is a form of energy healing which requires all the technical know-how I use daily in my life as a cranial osteopath, blended with the energetic connection of Reiki healing, and is considered to be most effective when applied remotely. But why would this even be useful? As a mind-body practitioner who uses both cranial osteopathy and Reiki either separately or more frequently combined within the same appointment, I'm usually required to be in the same room as the patient. I can, of course, use Reiki as a remote energy healing option, but this generally doesn't feel specific enough for me to home in on the crux of the situation. However, in this modern post-pandemic world, where I now work remotely as well as face-to-face, I want to be able to give you the benefit of every treatment modality that I offer in my clinic whilst working with you online. However, osteopathy clearly doesn't effectively fit this model. Yes, we could have a video call during which I would recommend self-help techniques such as ice packs, hot and cold, stretching exercises, postural alignment and rest, dietary changes plus wellness practices, but this will only achieve so much without that hands-on approach. However, if you want the results generated by a hands-on treatment but would appreciate the convenience of a remote appointment, then perhaps Osteodouce could be a game changer. Or if hands-on techniques are causing too much post-treatment irritation, then this gentle yet effective option may be worthy of consideration. So, what will happen if you have one of these appointments? A consultation will begin as usual with a conversation about your symptoms and medical history. Plus, if you've seen me before, then we will also discuss your progress. If we're in the same room, you will then be settled comfortably onto the couch, usually in a semi-reclined posture, possibly with your knees bent or resting on a bolster cushion. If, however, you are having a video call, it will then be important that you can rest comfortably while still being able to hear me, as well as me being able to see you, so some prior thought may be useful to ensure this is possible. I will then connect with you energetically and address any symptomatic areas or specific points of concern. Now, during the treatment phase of the appointment, I will predominantly remain silent so that I can fully focus on the process. So general conversation is not recommended, as it will affect my concentration and therefore reduce the effectiveness of the session. The treatment itself could feel like nothing's happening, but you may be aware or gradually become more aware of which area I'm working on, or you may start to feel a change within your body generally, perhaps locally, perhaps elsewhere, and that may well be as a consequence of my therapeutic actions. It is, of course, essential that you speak to me, though, if you feel any discomfort or pain during the process, so this can be broached after your appointment, perhaps immediately or possibly over the next few hours or days. You may experience change. Your symptoms might resolve or reduce, but on occasion, as is the case with hands-on treatment, you may feel some discomfort due to the gentle nature of Osteodouce, though such after effects are generally very low grade and short-lived. However, you will of course be advised on what to expect and how to deal with any resultant aches before the end of the session, as with any regular face-to-face osteopathic appointment, which will help you fully understand the process and also ensure that you are aware of what course of action to take as a consequence should any such symptoms occur, such as resting up, for example. So whether you regularly attend my face-to-face clinic but would appreciate remote help and support whilst away on business, when on holiday, where I'm well and likely contagious, so mixing with others would be unadvisable. When you suddenly find yourself without any transport, if you're experiencing a severe flare-up and can't leave the house, or you've heard about my approach and are too far away to travel, then why not consider this very convenient option to help you address your emotional and physical pains, problems or concerns. And if you're interested in hearing more about how the Mind Body Reset could help you, please do DM me to ask a question, set up a Health Boost audit or book a discovery call. Thank you for watching. I hope you found that helpful. Goodbye.